Good morning, good morning. How y'all be this morning? Alrighty, y'all, welcome to Big Rhymes, the day after the Texans. You know we got a lot to talk about. Brought to you by the Brunch Bus. Y'all know about the Brunch Bus? Okay, now check this out. You won't eat out, but you don't know who to trust? You should find Houston's first mobile brunch bus. From catering to private dinners, from breakfast to lunch, the Brunch Bus delivers. So if it's good food you trust, well, it's still the Brunch Bus. Well, have yourself a little seat while we get off into this could-be season-saving victory yesterday. Couldn't stand another loss this early in the season. 6 losses this early in the season almost guarantees you to stay home. There are some opportunities here with this big comeback yesterday, y'all. It started off funny. Mills threw an interception, maybe the second play of the game or something like that, maybe the third play, and then we fumbled the ensuing kickoff. So before you know it, they got 10 points. Then we give up a punt return. So they got 17 points. So that means after all those mishaps, that defense that we got only gave up 12 points after that. Only 12 points. Yes, sir. The defense was great in every way, y'all. There's a reason this defense is ranked number 1 in so many categories, and they kept you in the game. And keeping you in the game was a good thing because that's when you had a chance to see what your mental fortitude was, that you fought back and you came back, because we were sitting up thinking, the Texans, man. And then they score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. So now we thinking another touchdown, 2-point conversion, 3 points, go to overtime. Well, it didn't work out that way. It worked out better. But as I was saying, that defense ranked number 1 in points per game, ranked number 1 in yards per game, ranked number 1 in defensive score percentage. Here's the problem. We third in third down conversions percentage. So we're giving up the third down, and we ain't that good in red zone, but number 1 overall. Now, the offense coming into yesterday, tied for 24th points in the game, 19 in total yards, 17 in drive score percentage, 31, which is second to last in third down conversions. Okay, so everything you seen yesterday had you thinking, man, ain't no way we're gonna win this game. And after Davis threw the interception, you go to thinking, well, think about it. Davis Mills only 5-19-1 as a starter. He got 25 starts, but only 5-19-1. But the only solace in that was he 2-1 against the Jaguars. There you go. You got something to hang your hat on right there. And we was pondering it being a close game because we 0-5 in one-score games coming into yesterday. You know what I mean? Missing 5 starters, no CJ, no Fairbairn, missing 2 offensive linemen on the line, missing Petrie. Just banged up with all kind of excuses if you want to put them out there. At one time, the Jaguars had 18 plays and 17 points. Because we wasn't doing anything. I mean, nothing, y'all. Wasn't doing nothing. And it looked like it was going to be, one of those days. And like I say, and it was better than, by halftime, we started to look like something for the numbers, but the score was still 20-10. So you didn't really think, okay, well, I don't see why we're going to really do much yet. Well, that came the time when the fourth quarter came. Because actually they started looking decent at the end of the third, driving the ball. They really started looking real decent, And I'm glad we woke up, because if you talk about it, the first 5 possessions for Jacksonville, they had a field goal. That was off of our interception. Well, they had scored a touchdown and took it off the board because of a penalty, so they ended up with 3 anyway. Oh, no, they got 3, and they took it off the board and ended up with 3 anyway. Then the next possession, they got on a fumble. They scored a touchdown. It took them 5 plays on that to go 24 yards, just like the interception when they go 11 yards. Then they had a ball in 5 plays, 10 yards. They punted. Then they went 7 plays, 31 yards, field goal. 5 plays, 11 yards, and interception by Stingley. So we were starting to come around because that was right before the half. But with all that being said, y'all, and coming into the game, like I told y'all, we didn't score a lot of points. We only had 10 at the half. We only averaged 21. You know what I mean? So I'm going to jump right now to get y'all. I'm going to jump to the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, the score is 29-10. which means the Texans scored 26 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. If that doesn't give you confidence going forward, I don't know what will, y'all. I have no clue. You had a great push with the run game, and especially later in the game, after a long drive, Jacksonville went 3 and out. They went 3 and out twice, and the Texans went scored because they couldn't get no rest. They were doing like we do, couldn't get no rest. And the last time the Jaguars swept was in 2017, so we weren't trying to let them get 2 games on us. No way. We don't think that they're good. They're that good. We still got to play the coach twice. Tennessee again and the coach twice. So we didn't want to give up nothing like that and make them think, hey, look here, man, y'all knocked us out the bushes. No, we had to keep coming. And you had to forget about the numbers and just concentrate on what was happening in the fourth quarter. Execution on the offense, even some bad passes by Mills. Interception in the end zone on 2-point conversion, interception out of bounds, one that was almost thrown on the last drive. He had some mishaps, but they didn't. What happened was what he did do. And again, I say the mental fortitude of this team showed yesterday. Being down 29-10 in the fourth quarter, you don't have a lot of fight in you. But once Mills go down and scored that touchdown to Higgins, we in business. We ready to go. We rocking and rolling from then on. And we wasn't giving up nothing. The number one defense showed up and played like the number one defense. You know what I mean? And even though we was the worst in the NFL in the red zone, we did hellified yesterday. Going into the game yesterday, we was 2 of 12 on 2-point conversions. I know we got 1 yesterday. We didn't get 2. You see what I'm saying? So there's an opportunity for this team to bounce back and feel good about themselves, really. So to win like yesterday, let me tell y'all something. You're down like that, and you come back and win that game in the fourth quarter, that can springboard you to bigger and better things, okay? So I know today, all my people are going to get up. We're going to celebrate. We got a victory, a comeback victory. I know a bunch of y'all was in the cars yesterday and thought the game was over and listened to the radio and couldn't believe what you was hearing. Some of y'all was walking to the car and heard the stadium go crazy, couldn't believe what you was hearing. Well, yes, it's a comeback by the Texans. And the icing on the cake was a strip sack by Will Anderson, who I say is going to be a problem. And Shelton Rankins, who we brought back this year, catches it in the air and goes for a touchdown. But Will was moderate yesterday. Like I say, he's a problem already. But that boy on the other side, Danielle Hunter from Houston, woo! Hunter was everywhere yesterday. And they only gave him 3.5 sacks. I think he should have 4. But they gave him 3.5 with Tutu. But everywhere, stopping the run, reading the plays, all in the backfield. He just was, man, non-stop yesterday. He was like what they call him, a cyborg. They think he won. He looked like one. And he played like one yesterday. So with all that being said, there's opportunities for this team to be really, really good. But the offense has to be complementary to the defense. I was shocked yesterday. I was not impressed with my special teams. I've never seen the special teams play like that. Never. And special team coach, I could see he was a little shocked too. You know what I mean? He had never seen it like that neither, because they wasn't stopping nobody. They was giving up long runs. I was even scared when they kicked it to the boy after we scored, because the Jags had the kicker who set the new record last week. You know, Tucker had the record in 21. Tucker set the record, I think, for 66 yards. This boy broke it last week with 68, so he didn't have to get that close to kick it. And they got a 15-yard penalty and hands on the face, and then we put pressure on that boy. And that was it. That was the end of the game. And the funny thing, y'all, did y'all see the Indianapolis coach snatch off his headset and all that and throw it on the ground after the interception at pick 6? Yeah, that's what we want you to feel when you leave here. You want to feel like you've been into a war, and this wasn't the place for you. That's how we want you to feel every time. So with that being said, we got some big things on the horizon now. But again, I say, we just couldn't. Couldn't take that loss. It wouldn't have did good for you to take that loss, y'all. And that's just the truth. That loss would have been no good for you, boss. Hey, you got some good games coming. You still got to play Buffalo. Still got to play Kansas City. Like I say, you got to play the Colts twice. So there's no easy stepping going forward. Okay? There's no easy stepping going forward. And the thing about it is, you just have to put your feet down and your head down and go play the game. Everybody put their pants on the same way. Everybody put their shoes on the same way. So that's all you really got to do, is put your head down and just go play the game, you know. Hunter had his 3rd game of the year with 2+ sacks. You know what I'm saying? He went off yesterday. That interception for the half by Stingley was really big, because I thought Jacksonville was trying to score and get another 3. and we didn't need to get it up at all. Yeah. In the fourth quarter, though, man, I'm telling y'all, Jacksonville was averaging like 3.9, and we was averaging like 6 points per play, 6 yards per play. And in the fourth quarter, I looked up at one time. Jacksonville had 2 yards to the Texans 167 yards. The Texans were off in the fourth quarter. They was unstoppable. And the defense was the defense. Number one defense played like the number one defense, and the offense came up and showed you what they could be. You know, I know they haven't been that all year, but they look like they could be. Okay? So, like I said, I seen a lot yesterday to hang my hat on and look forward to, but I don't think we have to depend on Davis Mills again. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive CJ will be back this week. So that's going to be a big boost to the team. And feeding off what you did yesterday, and I'm going to tell y'all, we missing linemen yesterday too. You know, Ingram didn't play. They started somebody named So. I don't even know him. I forgot we signed Trent Brown. He played the tackle spot over there. And just to, it just reminds me of the rookie year of CJ when you had that makeshift line and pitching, mixing and matching and patching. That's what you was doing yesterday. And that line wasn't really bad on Davis Mills. Davis Mills didn't take a lot. He was holding the ball, trying to make plays. He did some great escape moves too, but that line wasn't bad yesterday. And the way they was able to push around the Jaguars late in the game on the run game, I really enjoyed that, y'all. Because the Jacksonville Jaguars only gave up 90 yards rushing maybe once or twice this whole season. You know what I mean? So for us to break out with 100-something yards, I think 6 of the last 8 games, they've held a team under 90 yards rushing. Well, that wasn't going to be the Texans yesterday because we gave you a dose of Marks, we gave you a dose of Chubb, and then Davis Mills put some icing on the cake with a nice run. And I love the way Davis Mills was determined. When he took off, and once he got inside the 5, he knew where he was going. There was no doubt in his mind where he was trying to go once he took off. And when he died from the 2, he was whatever. He going to take whatever happened. He going to try to score that ball. And it was a great touchdown. D'Amico going for 2 was simply the, you're going to beat me with it either way it go, but you got to kick the field goal to beat me. You know what I'm saying? So why not go for the 2? If you go for it and you get it, then you, if he kick a field goal, you go to overtime. If you don't get it, a field goal beat you. Either way, a field goal ain't gonna help you. So I could see him going for that, and he just had confidence in his defense, and they stood up. They really did. So, and again, I say that defense only gave up 12 points. After that mishaps with the short field for the interception and then the fumble, they gave up 12 points. Because that special team gave up a 7, something we don't normally do, but So the defense did what they normally do. They gave up 12 points. And they dogged them. They really got physical with them. If you watch the game, man, Texans was really physical with them boys. And you kind of wonder where that physicality been at all the time. You know what I mean? But listen, y'all, I had a great time watching that game yesterday. And even being frustrated, knowing we was missing as many starters, I wasn't going to really choke them to death, about losing. I'd be mad. But the comeback put a different element to the game. Now you understand that you're built for this. You understand that you can take on these tough tasks and be down and come back. It's not a big deal. That's the second largest comeback in Texans history. Yeah. Yeah, that was the Texans. That 19 points is the second largest comeback in Texans history, man. So now you know what you're built for, and next man up really is next man up. It's not just a saying. It is what it is. The next man up. And I seen all that yesterday in the Texans, man. The fortitude of that team yesterday that was showed out there and come back in that fourth quarter and win that game, be it at home too, man, that was a great win yesterday. That was a great win. If you wasn't watching that game and enjoying it, that was the livest game to me yesterday that they put on TV. Now, there were some good games elsewhere, but that was the livest game on TV to me yesterday. That comeback in that fourth quarter was unimaginable. Nobody thought it, you know what I'm saying? And everybody thought the game over. Jacksonville had swept the Texans. Everybody thought that, I guess, except the Texans. Yeah. So, listen, y'all. It's a day to celebrate. You still one game under 500. That's a problem. Still one game under 500. I think you got, I forgot who you play next, to be honest with you, but it doesn't matter. What matters is you got to be ready to go out there and take care of business, no matter who it is. I know the Raiders within the next 2 weeks, and somebody else, I can't think who our immediate opponent is, but listen, you got to be ready to go out there and take care of business. It's getting down to the meat and potatoes of the season. You are 4-5, which means I think you done played 9 games, which would tell me that you only have 8 games or something left, if I'm not mistaken. 9 and 9 is 18. 9 and 8 should be 17. Okay. Is that right? If it ain't, guess what? We don't have many games left. They only play 17. I think we've already played 9. Okay? So that would leave 8 games. Yeah. So this is your time to show it. And you got to win more than you lose. And I don't know if y'all pay attention to the playoff picture, but over here they had the In the Hunt. And In the Hunt featured Kansas City, Baltimore, and the Texans. And the Texans was in front of Baltimore because they beat them head up. Okay, yesterday, Jaguars lost and the Steelers lost. The Steelers really don't move because they win in their division and Baltimore not close to them yet, so they'll stay there. Jaguars can fall back up out of that position with Kansas City jump, but I think Jaguars beat Kansas City head up, so they may stay in front of them. It's a lot of tricky stuff going on. That's why you got to win your games. I hate at the end of the season when somebody's saying, well, they need help. I don't want to need help. I want to control my destiny. I want to do what I'm capable of doing. I want to go out there and perform and do it. I don't need no help. So the best way not to need no help is to take care of your business while you're out there on the court. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Take care of your business while you're out there on the court. And if you're doing that, everything's going to be just fine. You know, we live with the consequences. If you went out there and gave it your best and actually played. See, we are always upset when you go out there and you didn't play the way you should have played. That's when we're upset. When you go out there and you give it an effort and you play hard, because that was only a couple of games this year where we really just lost the game. Seattle was one, and even though that game was still kind of close, they kind of beat us up. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to think somebody, because every other game we pretty much was in. So, like I say, y'all, there's not a lot of cleaning up we can do. It's a lot of feeding off of what we did that needs to happen and not fall back into those old habits that we have. Shooting ourselves in the foot. We had quite a few penalties yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And we had more penalties than them, I think, and they led the league in penalties. So we got to do better than that. We got some stuff we got to clean up. But I've seen some stuff that we could build on, a lot of it. And especially the run game, especially the play action. And I like the coordinator finally. I would do it on first down some, but he finally started coming out passing on first down, play action. And that's what you should do. You can't just come out run all the time and then try to run the play action offense. Sometimes you got to pass to make the run game work. Sometimes it ain't the run game make the pass work. And once that pass makes the run game work, it still is going to be the play action going to be open. You know, so like I said, I've seen a lot to build off of. I'm extremely excited about the win because a comeback like that doesn't happen often. And the Texans scoring 26 unanswered points doesn't happen often. We put up some points like an offense should. Defense scored the last touchdown. We put up some points like we're supposed to. And that's this way this offense should be. There's no reason that this offense shouldn't be able to put up 25, 30 points a game. There's no reason. Unless you're not executing and doing what you're supposed to do. Davis Mills, I don't care what your record is. I don't care if you was 2-1, not 3-1 against the Jags. When you pulled that ball down and ran for the end zone on that last play, sir, I was really, really impressed with you. I was one of the main cats cutting you up in the first half because I still think you was straight up trash. I don't know why they've been holding on to you. But the way you played yesterday and showed up, I got to give you your props. I can't take nothing from you. Nothing can I take from this man. This man played yesterday, y'all. You can like him or don't like him. The guy played. And I just have to keep it real with you. He played. And, yeah, I'm not, I'm really not that king on all that. He did what he did. He had 282 yards passing, if I'm not mistaken. He just had a good game, man. Well, he actually ended up with 292 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He threw the ball 45 times. So we feel like that's what happened when you're down in the game. You can't just turn around and run. You got to throw the ball and try to catch up. So he threw the ball 45 times. And he was throwing it from the get-go. Y'all. So I need all y'all, my Texan fans, I know y'all can get up and see this. You may leave a good morning. I may see it later, but let me say this right now for everybody before you go on there and say good morning. And tell me good morning to everybody. If I don't get back to you, I try my best to go back and respond to everybody, even though it's later. But good morning to everybody. And good win, Texans. Way to go. Let's keep that thing going. Now I got, y'all know what time of year it is. It's holiday time. So on another note, as I like to do every year, and I want you to be like this year round, but especially during these holiday seasons. I always start with the ladies. When you pull up in your driveway, don't jump up out your car and jump in the back seat without looking around. Matter of fact, I want to teach y'all a technique that I've been using for years, and I'm sure some of the fellas use it too. When you turn on your street, your barometer should go off as looking around your house, the neighbor's house, and you should be checking the surroundings as you're pulling up. And I know a lot of us and especially women, don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of it, you're on the phone, not paying attention, pull up in the driveway, jump, anything can happen. I need you to be on your notes. As well, when you're out shopping, when you're coming from these places of shopping or these places of eating, these jugglers, so greedy now, they want to follow you where you're going and all that. Say, man, I need everybody, and that's just the women. Fellas, definitely keep your head on a swivel. It's a lot going on out here. There's no discrimination on who we get. So you got to be careful out here. And I want to see everybody here throughout the Thanksgiving season, the Christmas season, the New Year's, and the Super Bowl. I want to see that. So I need everybody to be watching themselves, be cautious of your surroundings. And again, I'm going to say, ladies, please listen to me with this one. Even if you're on the phone, when you turn on your street, put the phone on speaker or something. Girl, hold on. I'm checking around my surroundings before I get out this house. Before I get out and go in this house. That's right. Look around your house. Look around what's sitting around, because you don't want to jump in the back seat and somebody coming down the street that you didn't pay no attention to. Now they catch you in the back seat and they want to rob you or something. You never know what can happen. Anything can happen. And we live in a day and time where you know anything can happen, because nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing. Okay? So by all means, ladies and gentlemen, y'all, let's stay on our notice. The holiday season, like I say, I like to get up in the morning and see all y'all. I like to go back and read the comments where everybody that came in and chimed in. I love all that. So we need you to be careful out there. Keep your head on a swivel. There's a lot going on. It's the holiday season. I don't want nothing to happen to none of my people. Okay? You feel me? Nate, good dog. What's up, baby? Good morning, baby. How you doing? I'm just letting them know to keep the head on a swivel. It's the holiday season. You know, these cats out here don't want to hustle for their own. They want to take yours. That ain't where we come from. I know out there we seen somebody with some, we gonna get one like that, if not better. We didn't want his, we want our own. Well, that ain't the way they live nowadays. They want you to go get it and hustle for it, and then they gonna take it from you. So I need everybody to be on the lookout. It's the holiday season. Keep your head up, ladies. Check your surroundings when you're putting up at the house. Fellas, check your surroundings when you're putting up at the house. At these malls, at these restaurants, keep your heads on the swivel, y'all. And don't be taking no notes and cards from people that you don't know. I remember a couple of years ago, they were giving paper out cards and people was falling out and all that. Don't take none of that stuff you don't know. You find something wedged in your door, before you get ready to open, you find you a stick or something and knock that down. If not, call the police or something. Don't set yourself up for nothing, y'all, okay? So, again, I say, go have a great day. Good win, Texans. Let's celebrate all week, y'all. And for all my people going to come over here, Janelle, Tara, Tyrone, all y'all, man, Larry Mayo, say, fellas, ladies, good morning to everybody. What a win, Texans. Y'all know how we do it. And we going to get right back to it. It's time to light the fire up now. We done had mishaps. It's time to step up and be the team that people thought we could be. Okay? So, look here. Y'all going to get out of here. Again, this big Ryan's Day after the Texans brought to you by the Brunch Bus. You want to eat out and you don't know the trust? You should find Houston's first mobile brunch bus. From catering to private dinners, from breakfast to lunch, the Brunch Bus delivers. So if it's good food you trust, well, it's still the Brunch Bus, y'all. All right? Y'all be good, man. Everybody enjoy themselves. Take it easy. Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed, y'all. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm out.